What is up, YouTube? Almighty Jesus is back again for another crazy story. So y'all like my last tripping video so much, I thought I'd give y'all another drug story. So this is the first time I ever smoked weed. So at this time I was 14 years old. I was in ninth grade, and this wasn't the first time I smoked weed because I smoked weed two other times, but they never got me high. I don't know. Maybe I wasn't hitting it right. Maybe it wasn't even weed because I didn't know what weed looked like. But I didn't know. It just didn't get me high. But the third time it got me high, and this is the story. So it was me and my friend. I'm gonna call him James. Me and my friend James were hanging out. I smoked weed with him two other times, and we're like, dude, let's get high again. I was like, yeah, let's get high again. Even though at this point I thought getting high was all in your head. I didn't think it was a real thing because I never felt anything. But it was like Saturday night. His parents were gonna take us to a bowling alley, which it's like a bowling alley slash arcade slash you can also play pool there. So it's like a they also have batting cages and shit. So we get ready. His parents take us there, and we hit up this dude. Like first time ever getting butt off him. I remember I met him during lunch one day, telling him how we got high. He's like, man, I'll give you some real shit that'll fuck up that'll fuck up your world or whatever. So I was like, awesome, man, we're gonna hit you up. So I put in $5. We meet him at the bowling alley. I put in $5. My buddy puts in $5, and so we get in his Jeep, like, cause he was older. He was like a senior at this time. We were only freshmen, and he drives up to like a Taco Bell that was by it, cause he didn't want to do it in like the bowling alley parking lot. And I remember when he pulled. I remember he's like, "You want some ecstasy? You want some coke?" Like he offered us everything, but we were little kids. Like we were like, "No, we just want our pot." Like that's why weed's a gateway drug. But that's another thing for another story. Sorry, I just burped. But so yeah, we get in his car. We drive to the Taco Bell, and he pulls out the weed. And I shit you not, dude, it was like a quarter pound of weed. Like it was a mid. Like I don't know if with y'all like there's a high grade we call Dro here. Then there's mid, like the Reggie, the shitty weed, and that's what we were buying at the time. Cause I don't know, there really wasn't. Well, maybe there was good weed, but we didn't know where to get it. But anyway, so we were supposed to get 2 grams for $10. And I'll never forget, the dude gives him my friend the whole QP. He's like, yeah, man, just take out what you think looks right. And I remember we were there, we are like, dude, this we don't really know what to do. Like, this is our first time smoking. We don't know how much is enough. Like, we thought he would have had some scales or something, but so my friend was I remember he kept like looking at the guy, and he was like, is this enough? Is this enough? Like, so then the guy was like, just give me it. And he gave him like two little nugs. He probably skimped us, but I wasn't really tripping. Because, it was the first time I really was smoking like that. So, anyways, we get the weed. I remember we were supposed to, like, play some fucking, like, we're supposed to play around the bowling with our friends. But we left when they started the bowling game. And they paid for, like, 2 games. So we didn't really want to wait for, like, 2 whole games of bowling to be over to finally hang out with our friends. I guess we could have sat there and talked to them, but... So I remember we just got on, like, some little, like... We called his parents. We're like, hey, come pick us up. Which we were only there for like 10 minutes. His parents were like, "What the? Why y'all want to leave so early?" We were like, "Oh, no one showed up. It's only us two. We're just gonna play the game so you get here." So we played the little the little racing games where you like sit down and drive. But yeah, we played that. His parents come pick us up. We go to his house, and we go into his bedroom and we make a little bong out of a water bottle, a pencil, and like what you use to like tighten bolts, like tighten little nuts and stuff. We use that as our like little bow, the pencil as our little like stem, I guess you would call it. I don't know. And then a water bottle as the actual bong. And we filled it up with water. We actually filled it up with Kool-Aid, thinking we were cool, gonna make it taste good. And his parents ended up falling asleep. So we go outside, and he like packs the little bowl. He's smoking on his front porch, and I hit it. And I remember it was so much smoother than all the other times I hit it, because every other time it was just like pure smoke. And I feel like this is probably the one time I got high. It's because like it was actually like I could actually inhale it, and all the other times it just made me cough instantly. But we smoke it. We smoked like 2 bowls, and then we're like, all right, man, let's go back inside. I remember walking back into his house, like putting my arm in front of my face. The time felt kind of slowed down, and I was like, whoa, this is way different. I remember like moving my head left to right, and everything just felt slowed down. He's like, and I was walking real slow. My friend was like, dude, just go to my room, go to my room. And so we get in my room, and my friend just like cannot stop laughing. Like he got the giggles real bad, and I was like, and I look at him, and I'm like, dude, why aren't I giggly? Like he was trying to say stuff, but he kept laughing in the middle of everything. He's like, But you know, like I don't know. And I was like, oh no, maybe I'm not high. But then I started like feeling like lightheaded, and I was like, dude, I'm gonna go to the restroom. So I walk into his restroom, which was right next to his room, and I like sit over the sink and turn on the sink and just run water over my hand, like cold water over my hand, and keep my mouth like a foot away from my hand and try to like drink the water. And my friend walks in and he is dying laughing. He's like, dude, what the hell is wrong with you? You're not even drinking the water. And he like falls on the floor how hard he's laughing. And I was like, dude, I'm about to puke. So I run outside because I wanted to get some fresh air. I run outside and I'm feeling so lightheaded. I just lay down on the grass outside and I like start praying like while I'm laying down. Like I just imagine like you know how you put your hands together while you're praying, just laying flat on my back, laying like that, praying to God that He doesn't take me to hell because I thought I was overdosing on weed. Yeah, I thought I was overdosing on weed. I thought I was gonna. I knew it was impossible, but I thought I was gonna be the first person, you know. So my friend comes outside and he cannot like contain his laughter once he sees me. He's like, "What the fuck's wrong with you?" I was like, "Man, I feel like I'm gonna die. Like this was a bad idea." He just like and then at that point he tries to calm me down. Like we were really good friends, so he's like, "Nah, dude, you're fine. You're just high." He's like, "Didn't you get high all the other times?" And he was kind of like talking to me, you know, making me feel better. I was like, "Dude, not really. This is the first time I ever really felt anything." He's like, "Nah, man, you're fine." He's like, "This is the first time I ever really felt anything too." He's like, "But this is pretty awesome." And I was like, "Yeah, dude, it is pretty awesome." So we go back inside, and I lay down in his bed. He's like, "Yo, man, do you want some pizza?" I was like, "Yeah, dude, some pizza." Because we ordered pizza earlier that day, which we had like two larges and only ate a couple slices, and we had some breadsticks. So we still had pretty much two large pizzas, or at least one and a half, and a whole thing of breadsticks. And he brings it in there, and we're really skinny guys. But that was the first time I ever had the munchies, and we demolished every single pizza. I remember I was like, dude, like, I always heard of people talking about the munchies and shit. Nah, I never had them, but like after this, I was like, damn, dude, I could eat forever. Just like stuff in our faces. Just, I remember we killed like a whole 2 liter too, just like washing down the pizza. And then I remember just like after we ate the pizza, I was just like laying down on the back of his bed, like as if you were hanging like you know how a cat would lay on its back and you like dangle yarn in front of it. I was just like kind of like boxing the air or whatever. I didn't know what the fuck was wrong with me. I was just so fucking high, and it was fucking cool, dude. Like it was awesome, and that's what kind of turned me into a pothead for many of years. Was my first time smoking weed because it was so like strong and intense, and it was fucking crazy. But yeah, that was the first time ever smoking weed. So leaving subscribe if you like. First of all, like if you like, dislike if you're a hater. You know. But for my next story, I want y'all's suggestions. I'm gonna give y'all 4 choices, and which one's ever in the comments the most, I'm gonna do it. All right, first story you could choose from is the first time I ever did acid, which is the first time I did acid. I also did shrooms, codeine, yeah, and acid. And I busted open my face really fucking bad. And I got videos to go along with that story. Like I recorded when my face was busted open. I recorded me eating the shrooms and the acid. So if y'all want to see that, put that in the comments. Another one is the first time I went to juvie as a kid. Or another choice is the first time I went to jail as an adult. And then lastly, what was going to be my last one? Well, I can't remember it now. Well, anyways, y'all have 3 choices. Sorry about that. Not really professional around here. But yeah, guys, let me know in the comment section below. Subscribe if you like, dislike if you dislike. You know the whole stuff. But anyways, this is Almighty Jesus, and I'm out of here. Thanks for watching, guys.